DNF Duel turns in an MMO into a fighter with finesse. Unless you're intimately familiar with the Dungeon Fighter Online MMORPG, which has been around for 70 years, and ranks among the most widely played action RPGs, so maybe you'll be forgiven for scratching your head at the initial announcement of DNF Duel. While the property might not be the subject matter you expect for your next fighting game obsession, the pedigree behind the latest spin on its world and characters is enough to make heads turn immediately. DNF Duel offers up a simple formula: take a vibrant world and a slew of attractive characters and mix them with the expertise of developers Arc System Works, 18 in Naples for pure animated fighting bliss. And the formula totally works. The setup is pretty straightforward to anyone who has played a fighting game from the house that cooked up the Guilty Gear series. The first thing you notice is the visual polish with the 2.5D aesthetic that perfectly complements. The roster is stylish and varied characters designs. Under the exterior is a type of nuance and deep would come to expect from Arc System Works, and with maybe an intimidating concept, there's a lot at play here that opens the doors for newcomers and fighting game veterans alike. On the surface, the control scheme has an intuitive setup. You have your usual strong and first attacks, as well as special abilities to use up magic points. Powerful dynamic moves you can trigger when your health falls below a certain threshold and more. For individual character movesets, the technical features like guard cancels, which if timed correctly, essentially knock back your opponent while dealing damage and blocking their attack, and beyond. DNF Duel is a solid example of a fighter that does the tutorial right. Taking any individual character drone training won't take up much of your time, and it's a great way to familiarize yourself with inputs and up to your competitive age. Even if you fancy yourself a button masher at heart, you will find yourself picking up the subtleties of the combat mechanics in short order, so it's definitely worth the effort. Thanks to rollback or netcode, taking DNF Duel Online has been a relatively smooth experience so far. Casual matches place players as avatars in small room with a handful of arcade cabinets, putting it together with around 8 or so other players and letting you spectate while figuratively placing your quarter on the cabinet to claim the next game. This is ideal if you just want to chill and play the occasional match, but wait times can be lengthy and even kicking out of the rooms a few times while waiting for my turn. Rank matches, on the other hand, are much more indirect. Simply set up your part parameters and search for a match to take on someone of your equivalent skill level. In my case, that meant getting beat up a lot early on, but showing yourself in the deep end is also a viable way to learn the ins and outs of the game systems. With the plentiful roster, it has at least a few characters most everyone will want to learn to some degree. Deepened strategic mechanics and knockoff visuals, DNF Duel is absolutely worth adding to your regular lineup of fighters. Hopefully this one would stay too far under the radar, because it stands shoulder to shoulder with some of the more popular genre staples out there. DNF Duel was also previously selected as one of the official reports titles of the upcoming Arc World Tour 2022 event, which kicks off its run around the globe at the Evolution Championship Series 2022 this August. So if you feel like taking this one pro, the opportunity is there. For everyone else, I'll see you online in the first but very casual match.